All right. I'm super
Let's
fucking
do it,
nervous.
boy.
So this is the first one I'm going to tell you about. It's not too bad. It's because Hal's here, so it's not too bad.
Yay!
Um,
Welcome.
it's the story of Mary Vincent, and she was a 15-year-old girl. So starting off right. The day is September 29th, 1978. 15-year-old Mary Vincent decides she needs a ride. She'd been living on the street for a small period of time because she ran away from home. She was never too close with her parents, and then after they got divorced, she kind of just grew apart and she wasn't feeling it. So she moved out. She was like, I'd rather live on the streets. While living on the streets, she'd sleep in like unlocked cars and parks, and eventually she made her way from Las Vegas, where she was from, to San Francisco, which is like a 9-hour drive, so pretty far, not a super short travel. She realized this life probably wasn't the best for a 15-year-old. So she made plans to go visit her grandpa in LA, and maybe if things worked out well, she could go stay with them. And you guys, if you're muted, feel free to like talk during it and make comments, because
Got you.
it'll make me feel better.
I will.
Okay.
I
If
will.
you want to, please
When I'm
feel
out of this
free.
goddamn mess, I will.
Do you want me to wait until you're done?
No,
Okay.
go.
I'm just
please.
saying, if you guys want to make comments, please feel free.
Mary sounds based. Continue.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mary's a fucking bad bitch already.
Um,
But it couldn't be me.
Chick-
Sleeping in cars.
We
and shit,
stand
dude.
her.
At 15 too. Ugh.
I
Chick-fil-A
know.
Yeah.
Ranch. Chick-fil-A Ranch is really good. That's my comment.
Shut up. Never mind.
No,
You
don't
mute
support
yourself.
Chick-fil-A here.
You actually mute.
I'm eating my dinner.
They even
Wow.
No, they didn't have Chick-fil-A back then.
they don't have
Unfortunately.
ranch at Chick-fil-A.
Sad.
78. They didn't have
No.
that.
No. There's Chick-fil-A. I think there's only like one location though.
Do they actually
like-
have ranch at Chick-fil-A, or are you joking?
No. They have ranch at Chick-fil-A. I literally
You were gonna get her
I'm
hopes up so
consuming it right now. It's really good.
All right. Anyways, so she had no money, but she was determined to get to LA to visit her grandpa, and she was planning to go from San Francisco to LA by Interstate 5, so pretty straight shot. And she was hitchhiking on the side of the road, which to me is like, but this was also the 70s, so
It's a different time.
it was more okay then.
Except also, I feel like there were a million serial killers that killed hitchhikers back then. So
Yeah, 'cause
yeah.
I always tend to think
okay.
that it's like it's not as bad now as like before.
and I suspect that
Well,
it's about to happen.
Yeah, well, for reference, this was 1978. 1978 in February, Ted Bundy committed his last crime, supposedly. The son of Sam was arrested the previous year, and then John Wayne Gacy confessed to all of his crimes the same year. So,
Oh.
true crime was going up, and it was becoming more public and a thing. So it's like I would have, but again, at the time she was 15. And she's living on the streets. She probably didn't have a TV. Probably didn't.
A little bit naive.
Yeah, wasn't really informed. So, while she was hitchhiking, there were 2 other people with her. And they were all walking along the road trying to catch a ride, and a blue van pulls up. But he says he only has room for one of them.
Nope.
So they have
I'll
to
walk.
decide.
I'll walk a bit.
The other 2 are like, they get the bad feeling. They're like, they feel like Hal, and they're like, no, you can just stay with us. We'll find someone who we can all go together.
Yeah.
But she was a fearless 15-year-old, and she wanted to get to LA as fast as possible. So she was like, no, it's fine. I'll go with him. And
No.
so she gets in, and they head off. So the man driving the van was 51-year-old Lawrence Singleton.
I already hate him. Fuck out of here.
So we're setting it off. 51-year-old with a 15-year-old. Keep that in mind
Like his
the
name.
entire time.
I just killed him.
Also,
Already.
God.
gonna send a picture in VC
No.
chat of what he looks like.
Just gonna
I don't
ask
wanna
for a
God.
picture. I was just.
I feel like you made me look, and now I'm cursed.
So
Now I'm
that's
cursed.
who
Wait,
pulls
where?
in VC
Where is
text.
Can you imagine?
So
I
that's
mean,
who.
he has.
I mean,
Yeah.
he has that kind of like face, like where it's like trustworthy, especially back then. It's like old
I
people.
do
It's like,
not
oh, I
agree
feel.
with
Absolutely
you.
not.
Are you kidding
Well, at least
me?
old women.
Absolutely not.
But
Wait, he's 51?
He looks
well,
like
that
the
might
guy
have been
from
that
Up.
might have been a little later. But that's
Okay, I was
he
like,
kind of looks.
bro, life
I say he
hit
looks like
hard.
he's like 80. Jesus,
He looks like
life's been rough.
Hold on, this.
Lawrence has seen some shit. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll get into that. Hold on.
Truly.
That's what he
Okay,
probably
there
looked
we
like at the
go.
time.
Wait, he looks
Oh,
even more
okay.
like the up guy there.
I mean,
He does.
he looks like the same, but with more hair.
Look how big his nose is.
Yeah, he's got a
Hold on.
large.
Yeah.
Usually I trust people with big noses, but this one, no fucking way, dude. Like, look at this face.
All right, stream
I
wants to
think
see.
I just
Hold
see.
on, I'll post.
I see a man. And I'm like immediately
I
like,
would
don't
recommend
trust you.
just, I don't know.
No, I have like the picture. I
You
can.
can just like screen share for a second.
I don't want to do
Whatever.
that because that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Understand.
But I'm gonna
Pull it
just.
up in like Google.
No, I'll just put it as a picture. Here. I didn't plan
You
this
just, like,
far
open
because
it
I didn't
up.
want to put any pictures of him because I was like, this story isn't about him because fuck him.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
fair. It should
But-
always be about.
Spoilers.
But okay, so this is what the dude looks
Spoiler.
like.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. He's not the main character. I really thought he was. Damn.
Yeah. All right. So I put that picture, the younger one, on stream so people can see that.
Yeah.
She looks older than 15. Yeah. Well, hey, it was the 70s. The way
Wait, did you post her somewhere?
Yeah, I have it on my stream, but I can send you the
Oh.
picture too. All the pictures of her are kind of spoilers for the story, so I don't
Oh,
wanna
okay.
send-
That's fine. That's fine. That's
So if you want to see what she looks like, go to the stream because that one I kind of cropped so you can see.
I'll wait, I'll
so
wait,
it's
I'll
not a huge spoiler.
Mhm.
All right. So
Intriguing.
fine. Bro, I say no, bro. Now you got me like thinking. Ooh.
So yes, creepy old
stressed.
man. Creepy old man.
I'm also
yes.
stressed already.
So, Lawrence Singleton. He was a merchant mariner at the time. So basically,
merchant
he was the dude who drove the boat to get your Amazon package from China to here. Like he
Okay.
delivered things across the sea on boats. That was his thing.
I know he's about to be a murderer, but he's a trooper.
Yeah, in the 70s, definitely too.
Yeah.
So he seemed fine. He agreed to bring Mary to her destination along the route that she wanted. But he was like, can we just take a short stop at my house? It's San Pablo. It's along the way. So
No.
for reference,
No.
this is from San Francisco. So from San Francisco to San Pablo, where he lived, was about an hour. And then from San Pablo to LA, where she was going, was about like 20 minutes. So it wasn't out of the way at all. It was kind of about the same time. And she agreed because she's 15. She doesn't really care.
Yeah.
And so they stopped at his house. All seemed fine. He came back. While he was inside, Mary had fallen asleep because she's hitchhiking and it's late summer in California. It's hot and she's tired, obviously.
I would not be able to, dude. Oh
So,
my god.
yeah, I wouldn't either. But so when she woke up sometime later and she realized they were back on the road, so we had already stopped. She noticed that they had already passed the Interstate 5, which was the route
Oh,
that she was
hell
hoping they
no.
were going to go on.
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I'm so upset about it.
And nervous, and rightfully so, because like I said, that was that same year or around within 2 years of that time frame, the son of Sam had been arrested. Ted Bundy was doing his crimes and had been arrested. John Wayne Gacy, the Zodiac Killer was going on. So there was a lot more crime publicized. So
Crime serial killer time.
oh, and then
Yup.
2 months after this took place too, I also wrote down the Jonestown murders.
Oh.
Don't
My
drink the
gosh.
Kool-Aid. So
Jonestown is crazy.
I can do that one too if you guys
And I'll
end
say,
up
you know, I
liking
know,
this.
like,
another wild.
I don't know about like
tale.
any of these, and I'm kind of glad I don't.
I would
but
love to go in about
maybe.
cults if you guys love, because I
Jonestown is so
love
interesting.
cults.
Yeah, I'm down for calls.
Okay, cults
Okay.
I might be interested in hearing about because that's a little bit less spooky to me.
All right,
But,
yeah,
like,
Love
I'll
to
keep that
hear
in
a
mind.
good cult story.
Yeah.
I love a good cult story.
So, 1978, hot year to be a young girl out hitchhiking. And there's definitely enough reason for a 15-year-old to be worried, but she handled it well. She pointed it out. He told her, "Oh, honest mistake." He was happy to turn around and head back the right way, and he did. So it seemed fine. She was like, "Oh, okay." Whew, false alarm. They started going the right way. Again, they turned around. And then after a little bit, Lawrence pulled over. He was like, "Oh, I have to go pee. I'm going to relieve myself." So Mary got out too, stretch her legs. And when she was stretching her legs, she looks down. She's like, "Oh, my shoes are untied." So she bends down, starts to tie her shoelaces. And while she's doing
God.
this, Lawrence comes around the car and just
No.
punches her in the back of the head for no reason.
No.
And so she's reeling. She's like, "What the fuck? Like, who did this? Like, obviously can't be the nice old man next to me."
Nope.
And before she can even,
50-year-old man.
so before she can even register what's happening, he hits her again, but with a hammer
Oh my god.
on the head. So she doesn't black out, but she's very dazed, clearly at this point. She
Why
does
not just do the hammer the first time, you fucking asshole?
Who
Jesus.
knows? But so she was dazed enough for him to subdue her. Then it, again, probably didn't take much because she's a tiny 15-year-old and he's a 51-year-old man.
Sure.
But so he picks her up, he throws her in the back of his van, ties her hands behind her back, and then proceeds to rip off her clothes and assault her. Again, 52, 15.
Well,
Gross.
yeah, he's fucked.
I mean, yeah.
When he was done with his lewd acts of evil, he just hopped back in the driver's seat, leaving her in the back of the van, and started driving again as though nothing happened. His next stop that he took after that one was a canyon, just a fun canyon,
Oh my god.
where he would assault her
God.
again and sodomize her.
In a canyon.
In a canyon, yeah, in the middle of like summer in California. So hot, dry, dirty, gross.
I don't want to go to the
She was still awake at this point, bleeding from her head. But she pleaded with him to let her go. She was like, "Are you gonna let me go when you're done? I won't tell anybody. Like, please just don't hurt me anymore." And he was like, shut up. He forced her to drink something. She passed out. I couldn't find anywhere that said what it was, but just something that made her pass out, so I'm assuming it was like date rape drug or
Oh.
something.
Yeah,
Um,
some bullshit.
and then when she came to again, sometime later, he was in the middle of dragging her body away by her foot about 50 yards, so like 150 feet. So like the length of two
Just
18-wheelers.
dragging her on the floor.
Yeah, the length of two 18-wheelers. Just dragging her
Okay.
through the canyon away from the van. And this, she's
the fuck?
dizzy. She just got hit in the head with a hammer by this old dude. Confused, probably really tired because she was like half asleep. And so,
Okay, I hate to say I could do a crime better, but
I'm
some
sure it's definitely not a perfect crime.
what he's doing
No,
here.
like if you're
Some
gonna be a fucking,
questions.
if you're gonna be a horrific serial killer, murderer, rapist, whatever,
Yeah.
like at least make sure you're like.
And I'm just
flawless,
picturing
I
like
guess.
being dragged, like you wake up, you're woozy, and you just see Alexa, stop. I'm in the middle
She's
of something.
scared, dude. She's worried. Okay, Jesus.
But you just like you look up and it's just like a movie, like you see this old dude dragging you through the dirt. Like she's naked, remember?
Yeah.
She's naked, she's
Yeah, this
bleeding,
is literally
she's
like a horror movie.
Yeah. Well, a real life horror movie, yeah.
I know. I'm kind of worried. I would be like, I'm dreaming, right? Like I'm honestly concerned. I would be like, well, I'm just gonna stop because I'll wake up soon, right? Like
yeah,
it's so
exactly. It's almost one of those things where you just want to like smack yourself and be like, "Wake up! Come on, you can do this. I don't
Yeah,
want to be here
exactly.
anymore." And so after like 150 feet away from the van, he stops because he's an old fuck and he probably was tired. So he stops. He unties her hands from the ropes. Mary was like, "Oh, okay, whew. I'm free. He's gonna just leave me here. I mean, obviously that's not great because I'm gonna die in dehydration in the middle of a canyon and nowhere in
Yeah, but I'd
California
rather do
in
that
late
than,
summer.
Get murdered.
But unfortunately, his plans were far worse than just leaving her there. Somehow, for some reason, he, in the back of his van, had grabbed a hatchet.
Uh-oh.
So, Huntress style.
No,
started-
Huntress would never.
started-
Huntress would never.
Honey, started swinging it at Mary. 15-year-old girl starts swinging a hatchet at her.
Has better aim.
Yes.
First, he takes off her left hand, just with one hard
what
swap,
the fuck?
and he just tosses it to the side. And then he does it to her right hand. So she's there with stumps of her, no hands.
Oh my fucking.
And that
God.
wasn't enough for him, so he swung
I'm
it
done.
5 more times, cut off her forearms. So everything from her
Oh.
elbows down on both arms was hacked off.
Okay.
And basically, he just took them and yeeted them into the canyon. Was like, there you go.
This is
I
horrible.
feel like I've been lied
This
to.
isn't-
This is supposed to be not that bad.
No, it's not that
I
bad.
just
Wait,
don't understand, like, why?
this is the bad
Because
part.
men are fucked up.
So, okay, sorry, trigger warning. This is the bad part.
Could have just shot her.
Oh,
and,
oh,
like,
oh, this is the bad part? Oh my god.
This is as bad as it gets, I promise. So she was awake and fully conscious through this whole thing because she had woken up from whatever roofies he had given her. And she still had a head
God.
wound, so she was probably very out of it, but there, unfortunately. And if that wasn't enough, he was like, all right, well, this isn't going to do it. So he just takes her money and throws it off the cliff of the canyon. And so she lands like 30 feet down, so like 2 stories down, and into like
What?
and into a drainage pipe. So she has no arms. Try to keep this picture painted for you.
Okay,
No
she has a
arms.
concussion. She's bleeding from her head. She has no fucking arms.
No
and she got
arms, and
thrown
then she
into a
just-
canyon.
Yeah, thrown 30 feet.
Because this seems very inefficient. I don't
I
understand.
know, exactly.
This is
again.
what I'm saying. Like, none
Well-
of this makes sense.
Well, he thought she was going to die. He was leaving her to die because she was either going to bleed out or die of dehydration, or some coyotes in the canyon were going to find her, or something. Like, there was no way she was getting out of this. So it was
Right,
like, it
I
didn't really
guess they
matter.
would-
I just don't, like, what did he get from this? I just
I don't understand serial killers.
I was gonna say, I don't think we're supposed to understand, right? Like we
It's
literally.
probably, yeah,
can't
it's probably a good
understand
thing.
The man,
But,
like the
like,
mind of
I
someone
feel
like
like
this.
even for like a serial killer, like you just chop off 2 arms and you're like, all right,
It
that's
seems a
enough.
little messy, yeah.
like
but
you
I'm
just killed
good.
someone just to chop off 2 arms and call it a day. Like
I don't know,
wild.
man. But
absolutely.
well, back
wild.
then too, like I don't know if yeah, I don't know if he's smart enough to be thinking this way, but a lot of people, when they're murdered horrifically, they'll cut off the hands and feet so that they can't be identified if they're found.
Don't forget the teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, but the teeth. But some
Oh,
people aren't
teeth.
smart enough for that either, because that only
Ez,
became
I'm sorry, you'd be a great serial killer.
that only came after, because that's how Ted Bundy was found out, because he had
Okay.
made sure, but his dental records matched, and that's how he was caught.
Wow. But
So
then that's even worse, I feel like, because then he's not even taking pleasure from cutting off the arms. It's just like, well, I gotta do it. So it's like, okay, you just killed someone. You just committed murder to rape someone twice. That's what he got out of this.
Yeah,
but
and he-
unfortunately,
and he's
like,
she's not even dead yet. Like, if he wanted her dead, he could just like hacked her head off. Like, God for like that
That's
sounds
what I'm saying, like,
horrible,
it
but
just-
it's like could have shot her within. If he, all he had was an axe, he could have just broken her neck. Like something better than just, oh hey, you don't need those arms, right? Yeet.
Ooh.
And so
Yeah,
She needs
okay.
them.
perfect timing, Ethan.
Truly.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop it.
And so,
Stop it.
and so if this wasn't bad enough, so she's down 30 feet off a canyon, no arms, concussion, in a drainage pipe.
Uh-huh.
He leans over and he shouts, "All right, you're free now." Gets in the van and drives away.
I swear,
Oh my
I'm
God.
okay. Oh my god, guys! I was about to say I'm throwing hands at this point, and then
Oh my
Nah, he is though.
maybe
Literally.
not the best. Maybe not the best.
Is, is that what he got out of this? Is his little one-liner?
I
I
guess so, that's
can't-
me.
that's his
That's
villain
villain.
backstory. He's just like, "Hey, you're free now. Bye." So
Good luck.
Chuckles back to the car. Oh my
and
god.
he just saunters on back, drives away.
This fucking guy.
Leaves her there. He thinks she's dead, obviously, because most people would have died.
Would be dead.
Yeah, she's losing a lot of blood. She has a concussion, like Sierra said. Both of her arms were hacked off with a hatchet. So she was slipping in and out of consciousness. She was still reeling from being drugged, too. And so he
Wow.
had just hit the road, left her in the middle of the nowhere, believing completely that he had killed her, or at least, very least, left her for dead. But Mary Vincent was a fucking badass 15-year-old.
Literally.
So she's naked, covered in blood, fighting to stay alive, and she manages to drag herself up the
What?
30-foot ravine
No.
and get back
With
to
no
the road.
arms.
She had managed to roll around
With
in
open
the dirt,
fucking-
roll around in the dirt to pack in mud into her wounds to stop the bleeding. She had been smart
Are
enough at
you
15
serious?
to
I would
manage
never
to do
even
that.
think to do that.
Neither would
Jesus
I.
Christ. I would fucking die.
She
Oh
was
my
fucking
gosh.
determined to live. And she even later remembers
Wow.
saying that, like, the whole time she was holding her arms up above her head so, quote, the muscles and blood would not fall out, unquote.
Oh my god.
So she makes her way all the way back up the road, the cliff to the road, hoping that, you know, a car... Hold on, Ethan, I'm getting there. Wait for the whole story. But hoping that a car, you know, will drive past and do something. Help. Because obviously
Yeah.
she's not going to get help any
Right.
other way.
Did he come back? He doesn't
I'm
come
not
back.
done yet. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm not done.
I'm getting stressed out.
So, but she walks for hours. Hours
Can't believe she's
before
just walking.
hobbling probably, but she's walking for hours, miles before anyone even drives past. One car starts to come and they slow down to help, but see, this just pisses me off. They saw her, they were going to help, but they saw her, you know, a little 15-year-old naked, drenched in blood, with no fucking arms. And they got really spooked and they just drove away. Which I understand.
No.
I understand you're scared, but also fuck you.
I understand being scared, but
No.
to leave?
But then you like stop the car and you like
Or you
I
at
don't know
least
if you
call
don't
the
want to get
cops and
out
say,
right away. Like
"Hey."
look around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Like, okay, yeah, that looks like a fucking apparition from a horror
Looks
movie.
a fucking
but, like,
nightmare.
it's real life.
Yeah.
It's just-
Well, and this
You
was
know, say,
78, so
hey.
some of like the best horror movies came out in the 80s. So this wasn't even fucking.
yes, yeah.
This wasn't even
true.
like the best horror
Exactly.
movie.
Didn't
They
even
don't
have
even
the
have-
trope of like the bleeding ghost or something.
Yeah.
No excuse. Fuck you.
So, yeah.
fuck those
So
people.
they just drove away, and she walked another 3 whole miles in this state.
I would fucking memorize that license plate and go like beat their ass if I survived.
Yeah, yo, memorizing that'd be hard. She's fucking staying conscious enough.
Yeah.
But it's another 3 miles before another car passes. And this time, thankfully, the couple in the car stops. They help her and they wrap her arms in towels to keep them from bleeding too much, and they get her to the hospital. She spends a month in the hospital, over a month in the hospital, but she fought that hard not to die, so she's not gonna let that son of a bitch go free. She fought to live that hard, and she's not gonna let him get away with it. She gave instead of, you know, memorizing the license plate, she memorized his face, and she gave the police an extremely detailed description, which allowed a composite sketch to be drawn, which I also have a side-by-side of the composite sketch that I
Ooh.
will post.
Oh.
And it's... Hold on.
That shit scares me, dude.
Yeah, but yes, she didn't manage to see like the license plate, but remembering a face that long after, or even it even wasn't
After
even
experiencing like so many traumatic things in a
yeah.
row.
So there,
Yeah.
there I posted the other
Alright,
thing on
look
the
at his
stream.
dumb face. I hate this
Ew.
guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a nasty fucked up turtle. Die, turtle man.
So
I'm Turtle Man.
Die. Oh wait, not turtle man from Swamp People though. Turtle, he's all.
the good turtle man.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Base
posted
Turtle
it
Man.
on stream.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm
They
very.
didn't get the nose quite big enough, but it's close.
Yeah,
Close.
didn't do justice to his massive nose.
Massive, ugly fucking nose.
His nose looks especially big in that picture compared
Yeah,
to
he's
the
like
other
tomato
one.
nose.
Well, that's after he gets imprisoned and is a little gross. So,
Wow.
So the extremely, thankfully, detailed description provided by the 15-year-old who almost died allowed a composite sketch to be done, and it was distributed across the country, and eventually, thankfully, it was seen by a neighbor of Mr. Lawrence Singleton, who then, thankfully, called the police. The police went to his home in San Pablo, the one that he had stopped by with Mary, and they found Mary's cigarettes and remnants of burnt clothing that appeared to belong to Mary. A neighbor, a neighbor had allegedly helped him clean out his van after he got back, removed the carpet and washed it so there was no blood visible. So a neighbor helped him dispose
Wait,
of
so the
evidence of a
neighbor-
murder.
Fully saw blood and stuff and was like,
Yeah.
yep.
Well,
Well, I don't know if he
They
saw like
truly
but
die.
it said that he helped him clean the inside. So obviously,
I think
After-
there must have been blood.
yeah, you
Like,
like
this guy knew.
yeah,
What the fuck? Like,
yeah,
see, this is why I have no faith in like anyone. Like, I
exactly.
just-
That's why I'm like, you just helped dispose of evidence. Like, okay,
You're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna ask questions. Or maybe he did ask questions and he just didn't care.
yeah. Well, I mean, wherever he was living, I'm sure there weren't great people there.
That's true.
But
Wow.
so
It's
the
just
police
fucking-
questioned him, and he told the police that he had picked up Mary for hitchhiking on the road, but after he picked her up, he also picked up two other guys named Larry and Pedro, and he said that they stopped at a bar, they smoked some dope, and the other two men had paid him to have sex with Mary. And Lawrence claims, I blacked out after that. I don't really remember anything after that. But Larry stole my van, and so apparently Larry stole the van with Mary in it, I guess, and headed to San Francisco.
Wow.
And he denied ever attacking her, raping her. Obviously, he had nothing to do with it because he's a perfectly innocent man.
Yeah, why? Right? Why not?
But
Okay.
there was a lot of evidence against him, so he was taken
For the
in.
contrary.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Mary, she did have to testify at trial if she wanted this asshole to be fucking got. So she had to relive all of the horrific ordeals to the jury over and over again. She identified Lawrence Singleton as her attacker, pointed to him in the courtroom, and after she finished giving her testimony and walked back to her seat, this dude had the
God.
fucking nerve to look at her and whisper, "I'll finish the job if it takes me the rest of my life."
Bitch, rot in fucking
Rot.
prison. You
I'm like, dude, in the middle of a courtroom, you're
Well,
trying
I
to
mean,
prove your innocence.
I was gonna
and
say,
you're just
I
gonna
think
be
at
like,
that
"I'll
point, probably
finish
like
you."
I'm fucked, so like I might as well.
guess. I mean, at this point, you're
I
51 too,
guess.
so it's like even if you get caught and you spend 10 years in prison for a petty theft, you're probably gonna die in there. You old as fuck anyways.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this guy just really loves his stupid one-liners, I guess.
He's
He's
like-
dramatic.
Getting out of this is
he's
that he's
the
a really
fucking
bad,
Joker.
horrible
Yeah.
villain,
This fucking idiot.
And so, thankfully, there was plenty of evidence against him. And, the survivor tended to help do that too. And he was found guilty and convicted of kidnapping, mayhem, which I didn't know was an actual conviction, but
Mayhem.
What does that
attempted
mean?
attempted murder, forcible rape and sodomy, forcible rape of a child, and forced oral copulation. So basically convicted of being a huge fucking bag of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, he received the max sentence at the time. But unfortunately, at the time, that was only 14 years and 4 months.
Wait,
What
what?
the fuck?
For
Oh, what
almost
the
for
fuck?
molesting
What's the death?
for molesting a 15-year-old, chopping her arms off, and yeeting her into a canyon to die.
What the
14
literal fuck?
years.
I feel like for any of those individual crimes alone, it should
Well-
be way more than 14 years.
Well, that's the thing. The judge at the time, the laws in California, I guess, or wherever it was. Yeah, I think the trial was in California. The judge at the time couldn't impose consecutive sentences for each felony.
Wow.
So
But
even though the
It's
judge,
14 years for attempted murder?
yeah, but so you could only the maximum sentence for basically all. So which one of those had the max sentence, that's what he was gonna get.
That's
But the
crazy.
the judge was quoted as saying he wanted to see Singleton locked up for the rest of his life, but legally there was nothing he could do, according to the law at the time. The fucking kicker,
Fucking crazy.
the kicker, Sierra,
Oh
is
my
Lawrence
God.
got out. So only 7 years.
Okay,
Of
are you
serving.
Why nobody has any fucking faith in the goddamn
So
like,
7
justice.
years of a 14-year sentence for attempted murder of a 15-year-old girl, because he got out for good behavior.
Good behavior.
Whatever
yeah.
the fuck
What?
that means. So
Meanwhile, you like touch a marijuana and then you go to jail for life.
you touch
Yeah,
a single
exactly,
marijuana leaf
exactly,
and you're like,
One
exactly.
single.
You,
just like,
wow.
think
trace.
about it, and they're like, "Dude, this guy's fucking dangerous."
You wear
Yeah,
like
get him outta here.
Spencer's weed socks, and they're like, "What? I can't trust you now, man."
I
So,
cannot believe this.
so after he gets out,
Some weed
7 years,
socks.
only spending 7 years in prison for this horrible fucking thing. He moved back to Tampa, Florida, to live with his brother.
Of course, it's
Where all the fucking old fucking assholes go.
And so he's living with his brother, but his brother's house soon becomes a target of harassment of the neighborhood because, I don't know, housing a
surprising.
psychopath attempted murderer tends to do that.
Hi.
And so, like,
Surprise.
after a
Such a
firebomb,
well-behaved, nice guy.
after a firebomb was tossed into the front yard, his brother was like, all right, yeah, you need to go, Lawrence.
Good fucking die.
And so,
Wow.
which I just realized, isn't a nickname for Lawrence Larry?
Yeah.
And he said the
Yeah.
dude that killed
says-
her was Larry.
Fucking yeah, Pedro and Larry. I just painted on Pedro, eh?
Wait.
And so his brother was like, yeah, you have to go. This isn't working. So he ends up moving back into the same community that he had actually spent his childhood in Tampa. And surprisingly there, fuck knows why, no one there really knew anything about what he did. It had only been 7 years, and no one cared or listened to the news about the other side of the country, so whatever. They had no idea. So they weren't like overly welcoming, but it was like a trailer park, so they weren't like, they were kind of just like, oh, okay, it's him, he's back, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So he moves in there. Flash forward a little bit, in February 1997, so this is almost 20 years later, a house painter working on a nearby job reportedly spotted a naked man covered in blood and stabbing a naked woman. The painter said that the attack was so violent he could supposedly hear bones crunching after each stab. And I don't know about you, if you've ever broken a bone, that takes a lot of force.
Yeah, Jesus.
What?
So,
How old man? How
well, this is almost 20 years later, so he was 70? Something in his
How is-
70s?
What?
Like, punch him in the knee, dude.
Just
Like,
take
you'll
out his
him
hip,
out. Seriously.
and yeah, just fucking swing his
Why
leg.
is there not what like? Oh my god.
I mean,
would
thankfully,
hope
there's a
that
little
the-
bit better consistency in the law now than in the 70s
I was gonna
and
say,
90s.
like, I would hope
80s.
that, like, today, if, like, when this shit happens, like, there's more, I don't know,
Yeah.
like, there's somebody watching
Harsher
these
punishment.
people.
Yeah, like
somehow.
maybe
Yeah.
check up on this psychopath like every once in a while.
Or
But,
if
him
I-
being a cisgender white man tends to...
That's true.
Also, I feel like if
guess.
she actually like would have died, his sentence would have been way longer.
I know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that whole thing, because
That
it's
makes
like,
no sense.
attempted murder,
Because-
you don't... So
yeah,
you get less
he
of a
didn't-
sentence because you failed, basically.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they-
like
he
he did
totally thought she
nothing.
was dead.
Yeah.
Against
Yeah.
one woman, and then
Like
Yeah,
good
just
for you.
same
You're bad
thing.
at killing people. Like I like less time.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
that's
oh,
so
your victim
sad.
somehow, like, by force of will survived, so, have
Yeah, it has
7
nothing to do
years
with
in
It's
jail.
like, well, I
jail.
can't,
perhaps
So,
I will just volunteer to go kill them all. If our government would like to hire me, as a hit
this
woman,
old gnome with curly hair walking up's like, hey, fucker.
yeah, I'll gladly. You don't have to pay me. I will go. I'll like spend. I'll fucking pay for all my gas, plane tickets, whatever. Like I'll do it. I'll do it free of charge.
You're on the, hey, what do you do? Where are you flying to? Don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask.
This
Wanna come, though?
5-foot tall girl walks up to you.
Just with anger in her
Literally
eyes.
They won't see it coming, so it's perfect.
So
Like if you're gonna get fucking assassinated, you don't expect it to look like that.
it's like, yeah, they're gonna be
Mhm.
like, "Hi, little, where's your mommy?" And you're like, kick him in the shins. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I'll show you. Fucking bitch.
And again, this was all just reported of what the painter says he saw and heard. So obviously, it could have not been as violent. But knowing his past, the man, of course, was identified as our favorite Lawrence Singleton,
Of course.
who again was, I think, in his 70s at the time. And the woman,
Is that what the first picture is from then? Like the first one in the chat?
yes,
Oh.
I think that's around that time.
Okay.
And the woman was identified as Roxanne Hayes, who was a 31-year-old mother of 3 and a local sex worker. She had made plans with Lawrence and agreed to meet at his home for $20. And allegedly after, arriving and doing whatever happened, she wanted a little bit more than that, because $20 I feel like is not a lot for that, to put yourself to that.
Yeah.
Any self-respecting woman would not do that for $20.
Okay, but I was gonna say, I love that. I mean, it's just more evidence of like that shit being just the exploitation of like women who were in bad situations. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Single mother. I don't know if she was single, but she was a mother of 3, and so she was do anything to get money. And allegedly, like she wanted more after coming to the house, and he didn't like that, so he just attacked
Did a
her.
murder.
Yeah. And so even at this time, almost 20 years later, Mary was still trying to recover, because her
Yeah.
arms had been fucking cut off.
Jesus Christ! I
Yeah.
don't know how you're not dead, bro.
But this badass bitch, she again wasn't gonna let him get away, because she had been fucking scared that he had gotten out. She testified at Roxanne's murder trial so that both of them could get justice. She told the jury, quote, "I was raped, I had my arms cut off, he used a hatchet, he left me to die," unquote. The jury took 4 hours, which is very short time, 4 hours to reach a verdict, and he was given the death sentence finally.
Thank fuck, dude.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, he died of cancer in 2001, only four years after his second
Woohoo.
arrest. But that means for a total of a murder, an actual murder, and then an attempted murder, he only spent like 10 years total in prison.
Wow.
I'm. It makes me so angry. Although I am glad the cancer got him because that's way more painful than
Yeah, and in prison.
you.
So
But if he had just been in jail longer the first time, he wouldn't have fucking murdered someone.
yeah, and
Like
True,
if he had
yeah,
just gotten a life
absolutely.
sentence the first
Yeah.
time.
It's almost like those are the kind of people that belong in prison. Like,
and I
forever.
think there's not a lot
Honestly.
on like his bio, but I think like he was arrested a few times in his youth for like smaller crimes, but because he was a white man, he had potential, and so they kind of like blew
There's-
him off as a teenager.
There's probably like a high possibility that he killed other people too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
nobody
Yeah, I was
knows.
gonna say.
Yeah, because that's what he was trying to do with Mary. He was just gonna leave her for the vultures to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if she was just dead in that canyon, who's gonna find her?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's an easier way
They
to
might
have to,
find
like,
bones later,
rid of
but
it.
yeah, they
Mhm.
won't know
But
at that time.
yeah.
But
Wow.
even after he was sentenced to death, and Mary found it very hard to find normalcy. Understandable.
Imagine.
She found it hard to leave the house and to even hold down a job. She was constantly afraid of everything. She didn't trust people. Before the attack, she was a competitive dancer, and she dreamed of being a dancer at the Lido de Paris in Vegas, which was a really popular cabaret and burlesque type of venue. And her dance teacher said she definitely had the talent to do it, and she had more than enough willpower to do it. But after her attack, the doctors had to take parts of her legs out to save her arms, so she couldn't dance anymore.
Damn.
And so that obviously put her into a spiral of depression.
Awful.
And she suffered nightmares, obviously, understandably. And after Lauren Singleton was released from prison for good behavior after only fucking 7 years, Mary claims that she would wake up from nightmares so violently that she had broken her ribs at one point.
Wow.
Christ. This poor thing. She just can't get a break.
So, good thing is, Mary Vincent is 58 now. She is a thriving artist.
Hell yeah,
She's
girl.
an amazing painter. She took up painting after losing her arms, and she's
I'll have to go look.
amazing.
Wait, what a badass.
I think you can find some of her stuff on Etsy.
That's so cool.
Like, people resell it, but she paints a lot of, like, flowers, and then a lot of, like, images of powerful women, obviously. So,
Good for her.
yeah, and she's an extremely big advocate for victims' rights.
Oh my god, yes.
She's happily married, as of right now, as we know, and has 2 sons. She became extremely proficient in tinkering with spare parts from, like, broken refrigerators and old stereos, and started making her own prosthetics.
Oh my god,
Because, you know, the higher end ones are fucking expensive. She said in multiple interviews over the years that she really just wants to be left alone to live her life. And so that's why there isn't a ton of publicity or, you know, interviews or movies or shit about her.
Yeah.
And one last thing to leave off on. She says that while Lauren Singleton's death did not really grant her the peace or justice that she had wished for and craved, the relief she saw on her sons' faces when they learned he died in prison was enough for her to find some semblance of peace.
Aww.
And that is the story of the badass bitch, Mary Vincent.
Hell yeah, dude. She is
Wow.
a badass.
She's a badass bitch.
I'm glad she's okay, because, yeah, it's definitely much harder to hear these, like, and, like, where they don't have, not a happy
Yeah, well, that's why I was kind of like,
survive.
as bad as it is, it's like, this is her superhero story. Like, she fucking came out of the flames and kicked his ass.
Oh my god, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Like,
So
it makes
it
me
was
a little,
just-
yeah, I don't know. Makes
But-
me less
Wow.
depressed that, like, this should happen. There's nothing you can do about it, which, like, obviously it's still fucking awful and shouldn't happen to anyone, but it's, like, it's nice to hear people who do manage to, like, have some, like, control in the situation.
Oh, dude, hold on. I found this picture. He looks like Clown.
Oh my god.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
He kind of does. Holy shit, doesn't he?
Oh
Why do
my
all men look like that? Like John Wayne Gacy.
Ew.
Look at this asshole. They all look the same.
This is what I mean. If I saw this, okay, number one, I wouldn't be getting in. I'm not getting in a fucking
Well, you wouldn't.
van
You have a
with
happy
anybody.
family. You wouldn't be running away from home.
Okay, true. But if I, I'm sorry, but if I was, like, I'm not getting a fucking van with any strange man. But like, his face, he looks like a murderer. He has murder eyes. Like, don't tell me he
has
doesn't.
those death eyes.
Trust any old man, to be honest.
Exactly.
So,
Oh my god.
I don't even trust. I would not even get in a car with a woman. I would be like,
Yeah, I
"You
don't
think
think I get in a
you-
car with
Yeah.
someone.
Well, especially like if it was a woman, maybe. But it's like if I was alone, nah, I would be like, nah, I'm gonna stay with them, like the other 2 hitchhikers wanted. 'Cause
Yeah,
they,
like-
they knew something
Scare
was
me
up.
though.
I
I
was
feel like
gonna
the women
say-
are like gonna trick you into be like, I don't know, because then like I feel like they think that you would trust them, and that's
Yeah,
Well,
but they're
and the sad
hitchhiking
thing-
too, so they're on the
Right.
same. They're risking
Well,
the same things. So I guess.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, it's just like a statistical thing that, like, if like a woman like pulls over to like pick you up, and if something does go wrong and you end up getting, I don't know, murdered or whatever, it's generally like they're gonna take you to like a husband who does it. It's not like this woman is gonna like be a psychopath and kill you. It's just,
Mhm.
like,
Although there have been some instances. If you
I know,
guys would
I know.
Like to
I'm
hear,
just saying.
I can
saying,
think
like,
of a few.
Statistically, it's like a fucking 100 to 1 thing that, like, it's just
Here, I'll upload the
like,
picture
women
of him
don't
looking
do
like a
that.
clown,
God.
of the biggest clown.
Ugh.
Of the biggest.
I love that you
my
made a little
question
like
is like, how does this 70-year-old man that strong? Like, I just don't even understand that
Right?
at all.
Because he's fucking clown.
Because
guess
he's
so.
a fucking clown.
it's the entity. Entity gives you strength, dude.
I guess
Wow.
so.
Ronald's
fuck.
like a top athlete. That's how he. That's why he's so
He does,
strong.
yeah, it's the nose carries him. And then I'm gonna want to post this picture of Mary. This, I think, was at Roxanne's trial, and I'm putting it over this ugly dude's face. And, I mean, she's gorgeous.
As it should be.
And she's...
Oh, is that why the photo's spoilers? Because she doesn't have arms?
Yeah, because she had her prosthetics, and I was like, fuck, I want you to... Because I know one of you assholes was going to ask questions about it.
I already knew, dude. I was like, oh, she's gonna have, like, limbs missing.
Spirit backstory, I guess, but it wasn't her dad, so I guess that's...
Look at her, and somehow she looks... Like, honestly, that's the thing, is not only did she have, like, the, like, physical, like, strength to get out of that, like, scenario... But like the emotional, mental strength to recover afterwards, like most people would have offed themselves. Like I say that in the most like respectful way.
Or like left, or would have like succumbed to death. Like they would just like, you know what, it's not even worth living after this.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that she was smart enough to pack in dirt into her wounds to make mud so that it would like stop the bleeding.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because even if you get like an infection, like you know, you can go to the hospital and get it treated. But like, yeah, if you bleed out, there's nothing they can fucking do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what. Obviously, Lauren Singleton was like, she's a 15-year-old. She's not gonna do anything. She'll give up easy.
I love fucking old bastards underestimating like a smart young woman. Like that is great. That is wonderful. God bless her.
Wow. The fuck was this guy's problem?
A lot. A lot. He had a lot going on. Let's put that out there. He had a lot going on.
A little bit.
Wow.
But
this makes me so mad, but that does make me feel better.
But she's you know, he's rotting in hell and she's alive, happily married,
hell yeah.
2 kids.
There's a happy ending.
Yeah.
I like that you picked one with a happy ending.
Yes.
Well, that's why I wanted to start off with a happy ending.
Thank you.
Other ones I may do may not be. Especially if I go over the Junko one, like Hal's not invited because that's how bad it is.
Wait, which one is that?
Junko
tell me without being scary.
The girl in the concrete barrel.
Oh god. Oh.
Can you tell me where like a guy gets murdered? It's like
I can. Yeah.
Not that I want a guy to get murdered, but it's like I don't know. I have to deal with it. I think why I can never like be like a true crime person is I'm like this is shit that I constantly am thinking about like in real life.
And
so,
I mean,
like,
unfortunately, a large percentage of not of criminals, but of the ones who get caught are white men.
Wow, it's almost
murderers.
like white men are the ones
who are the ones who usually get caught. I should try to do Eileen Wuornos because she's a bad bitch and I kind of like her.
Who?
Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was just gonna ask about, and then I also was gonna ask if you heard about like Lisa McVeigh.
Yes.
Because that's the other happy ending.
Just some of those I'm just worried about because there are movies about them and other episodes of podcasts and a lot of stuff on them, so they're like that's why
there's a lot
one
of
reason
stuff.
like I do want to do Ted Bundy just because it's so good, but also
I went to Florida State.
But also there's
that's right.
there's probably not much I could tell you that you don't know, kind of a thing. But this one I know is very not popular. It's very unheard of considering how fucking badass.
Yeah, I've
she
never
is.
heard of it.
Yeah, I never heard of it either.
But if you guys like that and you want to hear other ones, please let me know. Because I can definitely do cults for you, Hal.
I
think
she do
cults.
Cults are cool. I mean, like in the way that I think
Cults are cool.
I don't want to like join a cult.
meta.
I don't want to like join. Sometimes I worry that I'd like fall for some cult shit because
I grew up in a cult.
I'd be like, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, I grew up in one. My church
was it like a religious one or like
my church was one. Yeah.
I don't think I can fall for the religious ones now, just because I'm so like that's bullshit, dude.
I'm just like so past that. I'm like, okay, I don't. If God needs my money, then maybe he should have given me more. I don't know.
Yeah,
Man.
I'd be like, I don't know. What
it's like.
Maybe he should have given me more.
Well, that's like I think
it's true.
The Vatican a few maybe years ago, but months ago, like somewhat recently, like within the past 10-20 years, put on Twitter, like advertised that like if you donate to this, you can get to heaven. Like the Vatican.
Oh my god.
The fucking like
Pope.
popes.
Like very common. That used to be. I didn't realize how common that was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like you would pay literally a certain amount, and they'd be like, "Oh, Here's your ticket to heaven.
Well,
Yeah,
in
like
funeral,
in,
my funeral history class, like, there was a specific role. There was, like, a job that person would go around to the families and be like, hey, if you want to pay, I'll pray extra hard for your loved ones.
Yeah, no, literally.
to
Yeah,
get
they
to
let
heaven.
you. I went to the Vatican when I was in Rome high school, and they literally like. I remember I bought my friend at the time was like a Catholic. She wasn't like super into it, but now she's like very much not into it. But I bought her like you can buy like jewelry and stuff, and then they have somebody like bless it and everything like there in front of you. I'm like, this is literally just like a Disney gift shop. Like that's all this is.
If you ever go to San Francisco, it's like that all the time. Like people, there'll be people with like rosary beads or like bracelets. They'll walk up to you and be like, "Let me see your hand," and they'll just put it on you and be like, $5, please. It's
Literally,
like, you put it on me. What?
Oh yeah, I'm always scared people are gonna do that when I go places and they try to hand me things. I'm like, I don't want to buy this.
It's part of traveling, dude. Never fucking take anyone out on the street with you.
When I was on my trip a few weeks ago, this guy came up to me and my friend and gave me a tomato, and I was like hesitant to take it because I was like, I don't want to pay for this tomato, but he was just giving it to me for free from his farm. But I was like,
you look like a pretty girl. Do you want my
tomato? That'd actually work on me, dude. I'd be like, fresh produce? Oh my god. so sweet. Wow.
Pro tip for traveling, if an attractive person is like the front of the store or like a restaurant or like, you know, something of that sort, then it's probably not worth your time. Like that was one of the things they told us when I went to Italy. They're like, if there's an attractive person sitting out front with a menu, then that restaurant probably isn't any good.
Oof.
Wow.
No, that is actually a very good thing to know.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But what's considered a good-looking person?
You know, just like a generally like attractive person, right? Not like I don't know. Like I don't know how to really describe it, but just like a generally somewhat good-looking person.
Like a generic, socially attractive, socially
acceptable,
you know, desirable person.
Yeah, makes sense. Then if it's like a somebody like an old Italian dude, you're like, oh, this place is legit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the best places we went to were like had like old dudes out front like smoking cigarettes with like like drenched in sweat and like dirty. Like those are like the best restaurants.
That totally adds up.
I just think it's really really funny.
I want to have that energy. I want to be those guys. Not the cute young like
the hot ugly man.
Yeah, I want to be the ugly old cigar smoking Italian man. That doesn't kill people. Nope, not
a zaddy. You want to be a zaddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
My parents, they went to Italy like before they brought us, and they were saying that like it was like hot, like it was like hotter than Hades there, and some guy like the bus
fact that you
guy,
didn't
the
say
bus boy,
Pluto was
whatever.
really like rude and offensive.
Offensive?
Hades is Greece.
As hell, boy.
Hades is Greece.
I'm sorry.
Is Greek
I'm sorry.
mythology.
It's
Pluto
just
is the Roman
figure of
mythology.
speech. I'm sorry.
That's hotter than Hades too.
Everybody knows Hades, dude. Nobody knows the Roman one.
I know. The Roman ones are boring.
But
hey, I love my
anyways,
Roman gods. But
it was like hot, right? And this bus boy, like he like takes like the tablecloth and like pulls everything into it. And then he like takes the tablecloth and like wipes his face with it, like this white tablecloth, and it's like all gross.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like
you're like, bro, really?
Yucky.
that's the genuine Italian experience.
I was gonna say though, but that's such a like. I mean, we're just
Italy.
not. Yeah, I think it's just a culture thing too, and also like
Italians don't have like that super like customer service first type beat that Americans have. Like, not really too many places in the world outside of America and Canada really have that, quite frankly. Like,
yeah, and I think we're very much like, you know, oh, hygiene, stay away from me, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But, like, Europeans...
I mean, clearly America's not, if you've seen the way we're handling this.
I know, but, like, socially at, like, restaurants and stuff. But, like, and with, like, people, like, strangers and everything.
Yeah, it's well in Europe, like customer service is just not nearly as like important or is like nearly as big doesn't have nearly as big of an emphasis as it does in the States.
Oh, okay. I learned this. Apparently, in a whole bunch of other countries, people are allowed to sit when they work at like a checkout or something. Like people
yeah.
like checking you out, like at grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah.
They're allowed to sit, and like
Yeah.
in retail, you can sit. And
Yeah.
I don't know why we
It's
can't.
it's
sit.
really
no
only
reason
this.
you shouldn't
Yeah,
be able
it's
to.
really only this country that does that.
America
though.
wants you to be fucking exhausted and like, yeah, and
I feel like America's like,
miserable.
oh, you sit, you can't stand for 10 hours straight. You're lazy.
Wow.
You must be so
Yeah.
lazy.
the horrific capitalist dystopia that this country runs on like requires you to
Mhm.
be exhausted and miserable and see no other option.
Yeah, and if you're disabled and you can't stand for 8 hours straight, then
And
fuck
die.
you, I guess. Go
Yeah.
die.
Sad luck, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, guess we'll find someone else who will. Fuck.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's
And then you're like,
Also,
okay, I can't work, I have some money, and the government's like, no. I don't think
A weird culture thing that happened to me when I was in London. I was with a friend of mine who lives there, and we went out to go get food. And it was like I think it was like a chicken place or something like that. It was pretty good. And I ate my chicken. And I was eating my fries, you know, with my hands like any red blood American would.
yeah, exactly.
And then I like noticed that people were like looking at me.
Oh
And I
my
was like-
gosh.
I was like, "What?" And I asked her. I was like, do you guys like eat French fries with your hands?" And she's like, "No, not really, unless you're like at home." I'm like, "What?
Weird.
What the
French
fuck?"
fries?
Couldn't be me.
What do you eat them with a
Do they
fork?
I wonder
Yeah,
if they eat
I-
pizza with their hands, because I know some people here that like eat pizza with a fork and knife.
It depends how
Yeah,
hungry I am.
When I was in Italy, they definitely were eating pizza with their hands too. So I don't know. I feel like
Okay,
people
okay.
try to like over like
I think
maybe
it,
some people use a fork. Like I think it depends on the type of pizza you're eating too.
I think
when
it
I
depends
was
on how
in-
hungry I am. Because if I'm fucking starving, I'll be like, you know what? We going elbows deep in this fucking pizza.
Exactly.
Where if I'm
When
like,
I was-
I'll be
On that
I'll
same
be
trip,
fucked full.
there was people who would eat like a cheeseburger with like a fork and knife, which was a weird thing to see.
What?
Okay, that's too
Did.
far.
As an
Yeah.
American,
That is
that's
too
like-
far. I'm sorry. We
I
cannot.
was like, wow, look at these fucking French people eating their hamburgers.
Point of the bread. Hands.
Sandwich with a fork and knife.
That's what the
Like a-
best word.
It's like eating grilled cheese with a fork and knife.
Why there's bread, you weirdos? Bro, okay. It's like blowing my mind that like literally bread is just a utensil in America. Like, hold on.
No, it's like
This is the
Like
hottest take.
Food.
if you really think about it, the bread's just putting together the rest of the sandwich. Like
Yeah.
you just use it to like squish it.
We use bread
Yeah,
as
the bread is like the vehicle to get it into your mouth.
The vehicle.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay,
Mm.
I have a
Catalyst.
question. I have a question.
I
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
don't
It's
start
like-
with me.
I
Josh.
don't think so. I don't
Age-old
think so.
Here's my hot take. I think it's an open-faced sandwich, but also
think
at
it
the
is.
same time, it doesn't really
Oh,
matter that much.
you're right. Okay, I think open face sandwich is like
But would it technically be considered along like the lines of like a hoagie?
Yeah, I think
But
so.
is the hoagie a sandwich?
I
Yeah,
don't know. Is
hoagie is
a
a
hoagie a sandwich? That's another question.
I thought hoagie was just another word for sandwich, but I don't really know.
No, it's more of like
Hoagie
a
is a san-
sub. Yeah,
It's a
hoagie's
type
more of like
of-
a sub. Sub is
okay.
or
I think if it
sandwich
has-
is like the umbrella, and there are like different terms underneath it.
I mean, it's like, okay, if you look at like a po' boy, right? Like an open-faced po' boy, right? What is the difference between the bun that it's used on there and a hot dog bun?
It's a hot dog. I think it's a hot dog is a sandwich. Unfortunately, I don't like that, but I,
think,
do
like,
think
is the
that it
bread
is.
connected? Then like it's not a sandwich. 'Cause the
Okay,
sandwich
I
is,
have an
like-
important question
Well,
too.
In that case, like a meatball sub is not a sandwich.
But at Subway,
Yeah.
we cut the
Exactly, I
bread
don't
like
think it
that
is.
always, though. But at Subway, it's
Mhm.
always cut connected. Like it's never
Oh
disconnected.
man, this is honestly
Delaney
I'm not a
has-
philosopher, dude. I'm not qualified to be, like pondering these things. I'm just here. I'm just here to make funny comments, bro. I can't. qualify.
I think that hot dogs are an open-faced sandwich because
I'm
it's like
hungry, though.
Look in the VC
It-
chat. It's an important
Oh
question to
my
consider.
gosh.
I'm gonna say Delaney has a point that hot dog does not equal sandwich because if someone said we're gonna get sandwiches and they gave me a hot dog, I'd be disappointed.
That's true. I think that's probably the
True.
best way to think about it.
And yeah,
It's
Yeah,
the left one.
It's a weird it's like a weird kind of situation, right? Where it's not exactly one or the
The
other.
first one and anyone
A
who says
hybrid.
otherwise
It's a
is wrong.
mutant. Hot dog.
what is the best?
It's
Mm. What is this?
it's kind of like a hot dog isn't a sandwich, but a sandwich isn't a hot dog. Type
Wait,
thing,
I have
you
a
know?
worse
Yeah.
one.
A square is a
honestly-
rectangle, but a
honestly, guys,
rectangle
only
isn't a
God can answer that
square.
question.
I have a
will
worse
never know.
question.
I'm ready.
I want to hear it.
Okay, this is my only other one. Is cereal a soup?
Yes.
No, it's a
Yeah, it's
cereal.
breakfast soup.
Breakfast soup.
See,
Absolutely.
I don't
is
think
soup.
it
I'm
is.
okay
and
with that.
I don't
Just
think
cold
cereal is soup. And my argument, though, is that you can eat cereal dry without being in liquid.
Okay,
Well,
that's,
along
that's
that-
actually,
Right
that's
now.
actually a good point.
Oh my
That's a
god,
good
I've
point.
been raging right now. I haven't even been talking. Like, the
Okay.
cereal is
Oh,
what's
no.
in the
Okay.
box.
Oh,
It's cereal without the milk. How are you gonna call cereal in a box soup?
Well, along the same lines, is oatmeal a soup then?
But
Cereal
here's-
is not
No.
soup, 'cause
here's
soup's usually
the
made with
deal.
stock.
Here's the deal, right? You can eat chicken, noodles, and corn, or not corn,
What
carrots.
fucking meat?
Sorry.
You're
You
fine.
can eat chicken, noodles, and carrots outside of the chicken broth. And obviously that is not soup. But once you put those ingredients into chicken broth, it becomes soup. Same way with cereal. Cereal in the box, eating it dry like an animal, is not
cereal.
soup.
You're telling me
It's still-
you never just like
it's still
eat some dry
cereal.
You don't
You're
consider
lying.
milk
You're lying.
soup, though. Like you're putting milk in it. And milk is like not really. I mean, you make a stew. But milk is not soup.
It's the broth in the
How have we gotten to
situation,
this
man.
point?
Okay, here is the thing though. Cereal, when it's not in the milk, is still considered cereal. But carrots, if it's not in the broth, are not considered soup. It's a carrot.
It's not a soup.
But as
Don't argue
soon
with
as it crosses
Don't argue
the
with me.
threshold,
Don't argue with me.
Guys, you're making my brain hurt and my
As
heart very
soon-
sad.
That
as
doesn't
soon
take
as
a
it
lot.
crosses the line
Don't
into
shut up.
argue with me.
the
Culinary
milk.
school. Don't argue with me. You can't argue. Shut up.
Oh, they taught Des. Did you learn this in culinary school? They told you whether cereal's a soup. I wasn't aware.
That was on the like
Curriculum.
the agenda day
Soup is
one was
made with-
Yeah.
discussion of
Syllabus week 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
your
well,
teacher like
class.
on you.
slams the
Joke's on
paper
you.
down.
My
It's
first
like,
thing was
listen.
soups and sauces. So shut up.
okay, Des is qualified. She knows.
It's definitely not a soup,
It's not soup.
but a hot dog
It's
is a
made with,
sandwich,
like,
and I
broth
stand by
sauce.
that.
I think you're wrong on both counts, but that's fine. You can have your
Hey,
title
it's
to
an
your
opinion, alright? Everyone has their own opinion.
it's a hybrid.
Oh.
I mean, it's like what if you're like a
like a liger,
serial
but
killer
food.
and you put your cereal inside of like chicken broth or something.
It's
You
not
would be a
soup.
literal psychopath.
But
is
that
what
wouldn't
you would
even be
be.
cereal.
This is
Hey.
a hypothetical.
It's still cereal.
Probably-
Because
probably
what are you
problem of
putting in?
food.
Like it's the cereal that makes it cereal.
It would just be cereal inside broth at that point.
Yeah, like
but
big
it's still
cereal with
cereal.
broth, freaking weirdo.
I love how Paige has been quiet this entire time. But as soon as we
No,
bring out the
because, like,
fucking
I was-
cereal, they go fucking ham.
Yeah,
So
criminal
I was like,
woman
I was
getting murdered.
listening.
Nah, dude.
Oh, I
Cereal.
had to come in. I was like, bruh.
I hate it
Bruh.
here.
I can't stand for this cereal conversation.
Hey,
A hot
you brought it
dog
up.
is
You brought
not
it
a
up, didn't you?
sandwich. How is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay,
It's
I
not,
think
it's
I
not.
only believe that because I worked at Subway, and at Subway you cut the bread like a hot dog bun. And so
Yeah,
in my mind, I'm like, oh,
okay.
it's like a Subway sub, but with a hot dog is like the meat in a sandwich, and then
You're
like
really
relish.
bad.
Relish
is
the bread though.
Like
'Cause think,
Delaney
a
said,
hot
at that
dog
point
is a
you'd be a
meat.
fucking monster. You'd be
You
a
like you
monster.
set the whole hot dog in the bun to eat it. How do you ever make a sandwich like that? Like you're placing pieces of things in a sandwich, but like a hot dog is a solid thing.
You can.
I don't know, because
add
what about like chili dogs and like
You can-
Long Island
yeah.
dogs?
ketchup,
Open
mustard,
face sandwich.
relish is like a pickle. That's on a sandwich.
Open face sandwich. That's what it's
Yeah.
like. It's not a sandwich per se, but it is a type of sandwich.
I mean,
'Cause
that's
it's like-
better than saying it's a sandwich.
It's a type of sandwich.
I think we just call it a hot dog and move on with our lives.
Honestly.
Honestly, I probably will keep doing that for the rest of my life because I don't want to be that
Hungry
one.
now, dude.
That one
I
person
don't want to have this conversation every single time I say, yeah, let's go out for sandwiches and give someone a fucking hot dog.
I
That's
know,
just
my-
messed up.
My
Like-
He's
teacher
the
did
one
this to
person
me.
at the party. Hey, bro, you want an
Oh.
open face sandwich?
Brings hot dog.
I love that voice.
Yo, bro, you want a fucking hot dog? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll be like, okay, here's your
Here's a
goddamn
bologna
hot dog."
sandwich.
Yeah. here's a sandwich, my
It's
guy.
flat.
You like
hot
your
dog.
sandwich closed or open face?
Would you like your hot dog flat or
Would you-
cylinder
would you-
shaped?
You like your sandwich closed or open?
That's where you don't cut the bun, you just shove the hot dog in.
You just shove a hot dog into a loaf
It's
of bread.
Ew! Imagine just one small hot dog shoved in the middle of a normal sized loaf of bread. And you're cutting the bread and you're like, oh my god.
It's just
Oh,
a
no.
giant
I'm
corn
gonna cut
dog.
it right now,
Wouldn't that
and
just
it's
be a
really
giant
funny.
corn dog?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but like a
Dogs are fried.
bread dog. Yeah.
Okay,
A
but
bread
also
dog.
this has
Yeah, well,
nothing.
and it's not corn. It's
And
not
also the
cornbread.
batter.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything. But I
Oh
thought
my
it was funny.
god. I hate that more than anything in the whole world. I hate
Ew!
that. That's disgusting.
No!
Okay, I don't think it's supposed to be used.
I'm a
like-
moderator,
I
just
think-
leave.
Banned.
delete it.
You're
Just delete it.
banned.
Stop! You're going to hell.
That is a sandwich. It's a Bell sandwich.
Okay, but what?
That's not
it's,
a belt.
It is.
That's not a sandwich.
It's bothering me so much that there is
That's
just.
not a sandwich.
It's
It's
bothering
open
me that there's
face.
just barbecue sauce on one end. That's bothering my OCD so bad.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, the fucking nasty cheese dress isn't bothering you though.
Well,
The fucking.
I'm down
Oh
for that.
my
That's
God.
fine. It's just
Art.
the asymmetrical barbecue sauce really bothering me
I can't.
for
Dude.
some
I can't do it.
reason.
She's beauty. Grace. Jesus Christ.
So I didn't know if you guys wanted to play a game or something after this, but I love these
I'm just
hot
vibing,
dog
dude.
discussions. They're great.
I was gonna
I
say,
don't
yeah,
want
everyone who
hot
came to
dogs
hear like a
anymore.
spooky story, and now it's just like,
Hot
Um,
dogs.
yeah, people yelling about cereal.
One sec.
Hot dog.
This one's for you. Answer this
Hey,
question.
How about cereal is its own ingredient, as in carrot is an ingredient? Because you could use cereal for a
Man.
bunch of things. They go into cereal bars. You could eat them with the milk. And if for some reason, like Zach, you could put them in broth. Can cereal be an ingredient?
Okay, I've known people in the past
Well, they're made of other things
Who-
though, so who knows?
who put cereal in water.
Gross.
What?
Ew!
That's
so
disgusting.
Just yeet them. No, yeet them into a volcano. Stop.
I'm pretty
No.
sure
Yeah,
that's
there's
on the
always, like,
yeah.
Go kill someone instead. Why are you eating
Exactly.
cereal with water?
I was gonna say, I'm
This
pretty
is the
sure that's
same-
on the
okay.
list of like psychopath like traits. I think.
This person also, what would they would whenever they would eat like pizza or something, they would cut it up into little pieces and put it into a bowl and then eat it with a fork.
Gross.
Dear
Thanks. Hate
Lord.
that.
I
What?
person
That is disgusting.
never come across me ever. I don't want to know their name. I want them to stay away from me.
They are going to hell. Is
To be
what I
fair
think
to
that
this
means.
person, to be fair to this anonymous human being.
Oh, name them. Do it. Name drop.
no! I'm
Do
not
it.
gonna, I'm not gonna name drop.
Dox
because,
'em,
uh,
right
Jeffrey,
here.
I'm talking to you.
But to be fair to this person, it is somewhat valid because they're like, well, I just don't want to get my hands dirty. It's like if I'm using my computer and I want to eat pizza, I don't want to get my peripherals covered
Like,
in
you're
I
pizza
have a
grease.
follow-up
You're such a
question.
nerd.
Oh god.
But
okay.
why would you put it in a bowl then? Why wouldn't you
Just
just?
Yeah,
like
just eat it
bowls
with a
more.
knife and a fork.
They just
Sir,
like
there
bowls
are
more.
things called napkins, and I'd like to introduce you to them.
Fancy white
Wash
cloth.
Napkins
soap
don't always work
and
the
water.
best, especially with like pizza grease. It will like stay on your fingers.
Just use
then-
bread.
My mom calls napkins fancy white cloths because I don't use them.
You could fold your pizza in half.
You
Like
could use
I don't
that
know, I-
fancy white cloth on the table there instead of wiping it on your shirt. Be like,
Is that why he
think-
eating greased up pizza in the first place? Is like that shit dripping or something?
Well, you know, it's not necessarily doesn't
Shit
have to be good.
dripping.
That shit.
It's just sometimes
invented.
pizza is gross. Well, it's not gross, but you know, it's like
What?
it has.
I was about to
grease or
kick you
whatever,
right out
it's
of this
like-
fucking call. I was
Well,
like,
it's
don't,
like
don't.
the
Don't go
Costco,
there.
like the limp Costco pizza.
Wait, are you
Limp
shitting on
Dick
Costco pizza? Hold on.
No, but you gotta
Never had
admit, it's
it.
pretty limp. It's pretty.
I know, but that's why it's great. Is because it's just like the tiniest layer of like the dough, and then it's just like 3 pounds of cheese. Bro,
But that's why
I
it's
loved that shit
limp.
when I was. I know, but it sure fucking tastes good, don't it?
I do have to agree. It does slap.
I haven't had that. Oh my god, I was little. I got that all the time, but I don't know. I haven't been to a Costco in like ages.
Oh yeah. Also, speaking of hot dogs, you know who has really good hot dogs is like out in front of Home Depot,
Yes.
like straight up.
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yes, Home Depot
Yes,
hot
those
dogs are fucking
like
great.
literally
Wait,
so
what
good.
in front of Home Depot?
Hot dog
dogs.
stands.
Never
Yeah.
seen a hot dog stand in front of Home Depot.
I know. I'm so confused.
I don't know if they do them anymore, but I do remember every
America's
time
so
I went to
weird.
Home Depot with my grandpa, he
It's
would
like the
always
most
get
American
he would
thing
always
I've
get
ever
me a
heard.
hot dog.
I'll
A
have
hot
to.
dog
Well,
in
I
front
don't
of
eat
Home
meat, but
Depot.
I'm sure it's.
Yes, he would always get me a hot dog in front of the Home Depot whenever we would go in.
Hal, have you ever had a vegetarian hot dog?
Yeah, I have. Okay, well, I have.
That was a creepy laugh. Don't do that again.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? Jesus.
It's just gross. They just serve like weird. It's a fucking tofu dog.
My
Okay,
school
not
I hate
everyone. What is a
tofu.
tofu dog? Stop assuming.
See, I hate tofu though. I can't eat tofu. It's just gross.
Okay, you clearly don't know anything about
Well,
fucking.
we just left. I scared someone off with my tofu dog.
Good. Yeah,
slander.
you're being so rude.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I've never
Okay.
like ordered one from somewhere, but I've tried a lot of different ones that you can just get at the store, and there's a lot of really good ones.
I
To
agree.
be fair, I do.
No, you don't get to
enjoy,
talk.
like-
Stop. Be quiet.
Okay, I do enjoy
To be
some of
fair,
the,
though,
You've lost your opinion privileges.
Yeah. Second
Yeah.
time. This is
Substitute
strike
meat
2.
stuff.
Okay, be careful.
I like those substitute meats. I think they're good. Like the Beyond Beef, the Impossible Beef,
I
stuff
do
like that.
too.
Really good.
Okay,
Honestly, like
morning-
super cool.
Morningstar chicken nuggets.
Morningstar has really good shit, and all their breakfast stuff is really yummy too.
The chicken nuggets are so good.
They're really good. Bro,
I
try
think-
corn nuggets and tell me that like QORN and tell me they don't taste just like fucking regular nugs, dude. They're so good.
My dad got like artificial nuggets at one point, and I thought they were okay. They weren't like the best, but they also were pretty acceptable for frozen nuggets.
Oh, wait, I didn't get to say bye to everyone. Who left? Sierra?
Yeah, Sierra probably had to go clean up after the pooches.
Oh, and Nat.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
I can't believe I spend so much time arguing about stupid fucking
I
hot
know.
dogs.
I'm happy to
hot
get to hear it.
I literally hate hot dogs. Like, why am I even arguing? They taste so nasty to me. I even hate the smell. So
I know.
I know
I'm
what
s-
not to make on our date. Okay.
No hot dogs.
My
dude.
my
no hot
beautiful,
dogs.
exquisite Italian cuisine. Okay, I'll call that.
No hot dog. Whoa.
I literally will eat anything else, but if someone puts a hot dog in front of my face, I'm gonna. What?
Yeah, same.
I mean, same. That's why I like women.
I guess.
Please. You know. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself right there. I'm not saying anything else. Dear Lord.
I'm trying to I'm making a list of like all the things what I could do. I want to do one where it's like mini stories of just like weird deaths in history because I think some of those are funny. Just anything you guys would
I'm
listen to.
back.
Urban
Wait.
legend.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can we do like one about that's not like true crime stuff, but one that's just about like mythology stuff? Because that's
Yeah,
like,
I
my
can tell some
favorite.
of my favorite myths if you want.
Yeah, I
'cause
like that a
I
lot
love
more.
that.
I love like urban legend stuff. Like, give me that
Ooh,
Mothman.
I love urban.
dude. Give me
Yeah.
that.
Did I tell you about
Fucking nerd.
What did you just say? Hold on, everyone quiet for a second. What'd you say, Des? I could hear
You
you.
would be simping for Mothman, you fucking nerd.
I didn't say
Hey,
I'm sipping,
all right.
but also in
Hal. Hal, have you seen?
I have a picture to send
Have
you later.
you seen the
actually.
Fresno Night Stalkers
That's what I expected. That's what I expected. Thank you.
or Night Crawlers? Have you seen the Fresno
Oh.
Night Crawlers? They're
What
so.
do you mean seen?
Have you seen that cryptid of the Fresno Night
Yeah.
Crawlers? They're
I
fucking
don't
adorable.
think so. I don't think so. That sounds really cute though.
They're
Called the Nightcrawler.
They're so cute. They're literally just look like. Here. But the drawings people make of them are so cute. Like they're
Right.
just
told you guys
they're just
about this.
legs.
But I was so I was in Breckenridge, right? Which
Oh
is
wait,
like
that's precious.
Like they're just legs.
Look at him go.
what is that? What
A
the
leggy
fuck?
boy.
The Fresno
Leggy-
Night
Leggy
Crawlers.
boy. That's just me wearing a pair of like really tall pants,
I
like
know,
high-waisted
but I
pants
love-
over my head.
That's one of my favorite cryptids. I should just go about. I could do cryptids too. Oh.
You cryptid.
I have
That's, I'm
I'm
look
gonna
at his
have.
butt.
You guys are gonna have to help
Wait,
me
look,
try to
this
make
looks
like
like
a.
Guy that Des put on your fucking desk in The Sim. The one in the bottom left.
It
corner.
does.
It's like him.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to help me come up with a name for like all of this, because it'll probably be like, I guess, morbid and macabre topics rather than just true crime.
Yeah, I mean you can do all kinds of
Ghost
episodes.
Story Night, yeah.
Or,
Link
or
is
sorry,
nerd, she can help.
sessions, whatever. What?
I said Delaney's a nerd. She can help. Jeez, stop
Yeah,
saying
hell yeah.
everything with a fucking jab. I felt that aggression.
Okay, but I fucking love the Nightcrawler. Look at him, he's so sexy and cute. I love him.
Wait, sexy? Are you
Yeah,
talking about the
look-
little
yeah,
lanky guys?
Yeah, look at that one. Look at it.
Okay, I mean it's not like this is why is there so much art of these little
Cause
men?
they're cute.
Look at his booty.
They're so cute. I love. This is
Dude, we
one of my
should-
favorite cryptids. Okay.
Why are you streaming your fucking DS shit right now?
We don't need to see you restarting for the 62,000th time.
This is so
No,
cool.
this is just random encounters. This
Okay.
isn't reset.
Then why do you have all four open?
Um,
And your
Five.
PC.
Oh, sorry, 5.
One,
Christ.
2. Oh, you can't really see them.
I'm surprised you don't have it like streaming on your watch too.
Oh, actually, hold on. Check this.
No.
out. Check this
No.
out.
No. No.
Well, wait, what is
Hold on.
that?
This is my watch.
What kind? Oh,
Galaxy Active 2.
wow, fancy man.
Offensive.
Oh fuck, what is that? Oh no. You need help.
I am
You
going
need
to.
you need an intervention. Dude.
You really do. You
I
need to
think
go to rehab for Pokemon addiction.
I think it's just funny. I just think because this is like literal garbage running on here. By the way, I just think it's
LG.
extremely funny.
Yes.
Look what Delaney said. The title thingy. I love it.
Ooh, I do like that.
I love it.
I saved that. I saved that.
Sierra has returned.
I saved
I
that.
need to like,
Uh,
fix the brightness settings on.
What
this
did the
guy.
dogs pee on?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
My friend called me. It does have to do with dogs, though.
How are
Long
the
story short, I'm in a feud with my other friend because of the dogs.
Oh my god, spill the tea.
Basically, she adopted one of the dogs, and then people online.
Hi.
So mad.
My roommate was like, "Who are you talking to?"
Oh
So mad. I'm mad because I just don't want Tony to like not understand.
Uh huh.
my god. Yeah.
fuck
Alright.
Tony.
Yeah, fuck
He
Tony,
knows
dude.
Wrong.
Fuck Tony.
That's a
Wait,
good
what?
question.
I don't
Okay,
know.
wait. Okay, wait. Let me. Okay, I have to talk to her. I'll be back.
You're fine. You're fine. Take
Okay.
your time. This is important. You take your
Like
time.
how?
I like how. Wait, how? And then just dead silence.
Wait. I love hearing her. What was her? Oh wait, hold on. What was it? What did her roommate like come in to like scream about that one time? I can't remember. Oh, was it? Oh, wasn't it like we were playing and then her roommate came in and was yelling when like Loki came out and they were like and they said that Loki's bisexual. Do you remember that? And her roommate came in and was like,
I don't.
"I have important news, everyone." That was so. It was great. Now.
I finally remembered what I wanted to show Zach, so now I need to go through my messages.
Oh yeah, because Des is also a fucking Nintendo nerd, so
Yes.
you
Excellent.
guys can speak.
Oh, hold up. I'm gonna show you guys.
What was the thingy I made?
I'm gonna show you guys something. that happened to me yesterday and also today.
Oof. Does it have to do with Pokemon?
Well, let me see.
Probably.
You have to think about it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me
Good
scan.
game.
Filter out all the Pokemon.
I was looking at the thing I was just sent. That's awesome. That is super cool.
You just make more of those and sell them on Etsy. You could make like
That's
tons of money
sick,
for that.
dude. That's awesome. But
I think a more nerdy thing to do, but I can't.
I got 2 shiny Swabblers.
Such a fucking nerd.
Is that an incense thing?
Yeah, it's one of the cone incense.
Oh my god.
I made it for my little sword for Zelda.
I want one. I've seen ones that are like dragons and it like comes out of the like dragon's mouth.
I
Looks
wanted
so cool.
something for
You
Zelda.
named him Greg. Why did you name him
Yes.
Greg?
Greg! I'm old Greg! Perfect.
And then here's one that I caught on my Japanese copy of Sapphire. I named him Suzuki.
Well, not Guregu.
No.
Guregu.
Okay, I asked my friend because I literally have no idea about anything when it comes to Japanese. I'm completely illiterate. I just have this copy of Sapphire from like a million years ago because it was really, really cheap when I bought it. It was like literally $15. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, what should I name this? Because I literally have no idea. And he gave me a Japanese thing, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll name it that. That's a cute name. Suzuki is a cute name.
Yeah,
For
the
a
car company
bird.
thought so too.
Okay, listen.
I'm listening.
Oh.
Why don't you just fucking name him Prius?
That'd be a funny name. That'd be funny as
That actually
fuck,
would
not
be kind of
gonna
a
lie.
cute name for a little Pokemon. Hey, this is my Prius. Hi. He got recalled
I
in
think-
2011 too.
Stop it.
I think Suzuki I'm going to evolve into Altaria, and then Greg I'm going to keep as a Swablu because his nature isn't as good.
Greg.
Fucking Greg.
Poor Greg.
Useless.
Greg.
Leave Greg alone, dude.
Useless
But I
Greg.
was so happy when I caught Greg yesterday, and I was like kind of disappointed when I saw the another shiny Swablu come across my screen. I was like, oh.
I was so happy when I caught Greg. Whew.
I literally
Release
was like,
Greg.
I was actually so happy. But then, Suzuki is just he's there. He's hanging out. He's what I think phase 3 of this hunt now, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is. At least they came after like really short encounters, like a short amount of encounters.
Close encounters, one may say.
Hmm?
One may call it a close encounter.
Yes, very much so. I literally caught the second one in like, what was it? I have it written down.
Whoa, dude, chill.
1,600 encounters. Which is like absolutely nothing. The other one I caught in 7,000 encounters, and then the Zigzagoon I caught was in 500 encounters, or just under 600 actually.
I would literally die. Like, if I was doing that, I would just die.
I'm like still just above odds, which is really good for having 3 shinies, so I'm not gonna complain too much.
Unlike your...
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Did you guys want to play anything, or
I can. I might run and eat something first. and
I
then-
might go to. I haven't eaten anything either.
You should. I'm surprised you could make it that. I'd be...
I mean, you know.
Okay.
You guys, I
Gamers should
might
eat.
end the stream now. So if you have any parting words,
Delaney, you're a nerd. Okay.
well, you could have said that at any
My
time.
parting words are hot dog is not a sandwich and cereal is not a soup. Thank you for
Perfect.
coming.
Thank you for
My
coming.
Wisdom
by.
with
parting
Paige.
words is go to your local Home Depot and get a hot dog. You'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Give
not
you a
right
nice
now.
sandwich.
Maybe stay
Nice
home
sandwich.
for right now.
Not
Yeah.
right now, because it's like what, like 11 o'clock or something. It's 9 o'clock. Don't go to your Home Depot and get a hot dog right now.
Yeah, if I went to my
When-
Home Depot right now, I would literally get like murdered.
Yeah, go to your Home Depot when you.
There
won't
isn't a
literally
pandemic
get
Ow,
and
ow,
during
ow.
daylight hours.
Well,
Oh
you
my
can
God.
go right now. I mean, if you just go and like wear a mask and then get a hot dog and then go back to your car.
I guess, but they have to. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I've
I'll
Healthy.
wait. I will wait. I know, Des. I saw it. I'm gonna wait.
I
What?
have consumed so much like takeout food during this pandemic, and I have managed to avoid COVID, so I'm not too worried
Well,
about.
takeout food is like generally like, or any food really is generally like not, I think, too bad for like, or I don't think I think
Transmission.
it's like super. Yeah, it's like the chances of that are super low.
All right, I'm gonna mute
Yeah.
because I have to do cringy Aegyo. So, and then I'll be back.
Okay, you don't have to be. It's okay. That's
Okay.
understandable.
Well, I don't know what. I know you hate it. So.
I know, but I just have fun like making a big deal out of it. But I you know,
What
you
should
gotta
I
do
say?
something
I
for the
feel I
people.
don't know what to say.
Do you have to do like Korean?
I mean, that's technically what Aegyo is, but I guess I could say anything.
Okay, do Korean. Just do something. We won't know. You could literally be like, "Fuck you, asshole." Korean.
I'd be
We
like,
wouldn't know.
suck a dick.
Yeah, exactly. We would have no fucking idea.
Bye.
Perfect.
Bless you.
You should just hire Paige to do.
Yeah, Paige, can you do Aegyo with me? Do your baby voice.
Same thing for you.
Do baby say you should have been aborted. Oh woo.
Been aborted. Woo.
See, she does it so much better than me.
You need the clip of that and ow.
오빠야. 밥을 사주세요.
does that mean?
배고파요.
That means fuck you?
Please buy me food. I'm hungry.
That's good to know.
이네.
토이레どこですか?
I hate it here.
Listen, that's very helpful to know when you're in Japan.
What
was that?
どこですか?
Where's the toilet? Where's the bathroom?
I-
Toiletどこ
Literally
ですか?
sound like it's insane to me that your voice gets that. Like it's so
I
fucking
know. But I love it, but it's creepy, but I love it.
I don't like people when they're like, "How do you do it?" I'm like,
I use
I
my
don't
voice.
know.
I engage
Yeah, like,
my
I don't know.
diaphragm.
I mean,
Blame
I
that.
could not make my voice like that. I just
I mean, I have a deep voice anyway, so my voice can't go too high.
which I love, but
Eh.
I mean, I
can
love
just-
that too, but
I can do like chills really well, like the YouTube.
We know.
videos.
We know.
That's like the
Level.
only thing I got.
we've been new.
Number 15.
Number 15.
I hate it. I hate it so
Swablu.
much.
Named him
You
Greg.
update that you will phase with a 50% shiny hunt in Pokemon Ruby.
It makes me so upset.
But it turns out that might be what you get.
I do
You
random
should have been
ones.
aborted,
You throw in like
Abu.
a little like Lois Griffin.
You should have been
Kira.
aborted, Uwu.
Peter Griffin.
Damn. See, you could do like Louise from Bob's Burgers, and I'll just be Tina. Because Tina's voice actor is actually a man, so it'll just be me.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Your ass is grass, Jimmy, and I'm gonna mow it.
Whoa.
I fucking love Tina. Okay, she's my spirit animal.
Great.
All right. Anyways, I did the cringe, so now Derpy Sniper, you can save up again. Keep saving. And then I'll end the stream there. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye,
say
everyone.
goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming.
Don't get murdered. Don't hitchhike.
Yeah, literally.
Lord.
That's the
Parting
takeaway.
words. All right. Now we can talk shit and play games.